Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. So we've got the Shadow Workbook here, and if you were here for the live last night, I did do the replay onto my YouTube, Divine Essentials YouTube channel. So negative thoughts is what we're on, and it says, what are my negative thoughts at this moment, and what are 5 positive thoughts for each of those negative thoughts that I have. Alright, so I wrote down, just so that I wouldn't forget, and I have not knowing how to survive, because it's been fucking hard. And trying to build myself back up from death, and like doing nothing and losing everything has been stressful, especially because like it's not just my stress. Like my dad stresses out, and then he says things to me that like stress me out even more, and it's like he's not trying to do that, but it's what ends up happening, because it's like I'm not doing enough then, you know. And I'm doing everything I know how to do. And it's kind of hard, because it's like he takes my car to work every day, and then like the car's not doing well at all. So like I would love to go drive for Uber or do something else, but it's like I don't even have a fucking way to get there. You know what I mean? So like those are the thoughts, those are the things, and I keep getting pushed to like be more open about it, or like ask for fucking help, because I do have many avenues open to receive abundance, and I could ask for help, but I'm somebody that like struggles with it a lot. I am smart, I am gifted, so it's like there's no reason why I shouldn't. Like I see all these other people in my position sometimes that are not even like gifted people doing things under the guise of gifts, you know what I mean? Like there's people out there who, I just saw somebody posted the other day, like they went and got a reading, and it was like the worst reading they ever had. It was like, and they did this to several people there, and the things that they were saying were detrimental, like, oh, you've got some mysterious illness, or you're gonna die soon. Like that is not okay. Even if you are gifted, there's a delivery of things that is needed, and that's not it. And we don't create reality. Like that's creating a reality of fucking misery for somebody. Like, oh, you're gonna die soon, your death is coming, or you're sick, or whatever. Like that's why I get upset with like when people go to the doctors and get diagnosed with things. They live it, they own it, they become it. But the people who go to the doctors and don't accept, like, oh, you've got 3 months left, who don't accept that, don't live that. I've seen people heal themselves of cancer and like having 2 weeks to live type of shit, because they won't accept it. So I don't like that shit. But yeah, I have a huge spirit family around me. Like I literally, and I'm laughing now because I'm realizing like I literally just petitioned to Mercury, or Hermes, the winged god, who's been coming in for me for a while, and he'll work with people who have like a Gemini placement. Like that's my North Node. That's why I'm out here. This is my mission and purpose. Even if everything inside of me wants to hermit and hide, because Sagittarius is who I was in my past life for my North Node. It's my South Node this time. So yeah. And then the fear of being hurt. So it's not the way to attract love. Like when you're being afraid of being hurt, you're not going to attract love. You're going to attract situations that look hurtful, or you attract people in that hurt you because you're afraid of being hurt, or you act in ways towards people until they hurt you because you're expecting them. You know what I mean? So I'm aware of it, and I've been working on that. And I have other things like I am loved, I am safe, I now have boundaries, I know my worth, and I am powerful. So the only way someone's going to come in and hurt me is if I allow them to. And if they do get in there, like say like I don't allow it, they just come in and do it, like somehow, some way, they sneak their little way in, my reaction to that would be the determining factor of how hurt I become, you know, because like someone does something to us, it doesn't say anything about us usually. It says things about them, what they're doing, and it doesn't even have to mean that they're bad, or that they're horrible, or that they're just like a no good, toxic, like they probably got something wrong. If they're not knowing how to treat other people correctly, that means nobody's treated them correctly. So they're just, you know, doing what they know. And that's unfortunate in you know, taking over in our world. So I think that even ties in with like why I don't like asking for help and stuff, because everybody's hurt and everybody's stressed and everybody's feeling their own. Even if you're abundant and have all the things, like I'm very abundant and I know that, but like I gotta pay rent and eat, and those two things have been extremely difficult for me, like for a while now. But like the fear of being hurt or asking for help is also tied in to all of that, because it's like I've been afraid to go out there. I don't want people to like get mad at me. I don't want to trigger people again because I've triggered them in the past. And it's like it's a lonely road, but it's my purpose to tell people the things that I tell them. I know it is, like, and they know it is, because anybody that ever, like, they admit it to me, like, later, they're like, yeah, I know. And I know, and I can't help but know. And so that's why I separate myself a lot too, because I don't even want to know a lot of things, but I have to, and I have to know, and I have to share what I know, and I have to get better at sharing what I know too, because a lot of times I just assume that other people know things that I'm like, oh yeah, and they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should have explained this a little bit more, huh? But it's what I know is knowing. What I know is what I've learned and grown through and experienced, and like when I see something, it goes in and it does its thing and it comes out the way it comes out. But many people tell me a lot, like, that's not what happens in my head, like that things go in and something else comes out, or like they're going through things and they need a different person. Even if they do know, they just need someone else to like remind them or remember, like, hey, yo, like, just tweak that, And again, I'm great at doing it for other people all the time, but sometimes I lack with myself. So again, learning those lessons, increasing my value, increasing my boundaries, protecting myself. And I also feel like there's things happening in my world right now that are out of my control for my highest and best. Like, maybe they don't want me here anymore, so they're like, you can't pay your rent. Get out. Like, you know what I mean? Or like, stop. Okay, so the perfect example, the other day, I couldn't, we had no money. We've had no money, like none. And like, there's no food or anything, and he was upset and I was upset. But then the next day was all that freaking burger stuff. So it's like, I felt like it was tied into do not eat the things that you are probably going to go buy with that money. Like, we want you to be aware. Like, I mean, we have food here, so I'm not starving to death, but it's not substantial food. It's not meat. It's not dinners. You know what I mean? So, him and I have been like, I don't know what to do. Like, what are you going to eat? But now it's like, oh, but maybe we shouldn't even eat that stuff. Let's just get some frozen yogurt. We can afford that. Just have shakes and stay healthier, purge that stuff out. So I do feel like it, and I know that may sound weird, but it's literally like, I feel like they didn't want me to have money to buy the stuff that I would have bought. And I have been getting a lot of things about moving. And even like texts have come to my phone, like, Bridget, we're interested in buying your property. It's not my property. I don't own it. So if the owner wants to sell it, they can sell it and I'll have to leave. Or if I can't pay the rent, I'm going to have to leave. I don't know where I'll go, but I'm not worried about it in the sense of all of that, because I know if that's happening, that there's a reason for it. Like, it's like you served your purpose there or whatever, because these types of things have happened to me in the past, and worrying about it, being all stressed out about it, did absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? I was sick. I can't control that outcome of being broke and starting at the bottom again, and I can't control, like, when, things aren't working. Like, I can control pivoting and trying again and being open and just, like, doing my best. But, like, if it still doesn't happen, I have to look at it and be like, okay, like, I guess, bye. I don't know, So that's what I've been dealing with. In Renee, oh, wait, let's see tomorrow's. I clipped it, so hold on 1 second. There is things in the back of the book, too, I want to get to. Sadness, self-talk. How do you talk to yourself when you're feeling sad? Are you showing yourself compassion? Are you frustrated or annoyed? And then after that one, I think we're going to skip to the back of the book, because there's not that many. I mean, there's a lot of these left, and we can still do them. But in the back of the book, it's like for real time when you get stressed out, like what's going on, right? Like in my world, like getting to the root of the shadow. It's literally like you can come to this part of the book anytime, I guess. I read it yesterday. It's like, come to this section whenever you are feeling your shadow in real time. Behaviors of your unconscious shadow include feeling angry, irritated, or anxious without a clear reason, blaming external factors for your problems, consistently playing the victim, ongoing negative thoughts and laziness, lack of motivation and doubtfulness of one's capabilities, jealousy, negative thoughts towards others, feeling guilt and shame. So there's a lot of things back here. So I might do that tomorrow if you guys are interested. In Renee, namaste.